Hi, now we're on our final video in this series for the family gathering, and we're going to talk a little bit about some tips for working with the wide format trees. Now, if you're happy with this tree, this is tree 5, and you want to go ahead and add your photos and complete it, that's great. But what if you wanted to add maybe another frame? Because you do have the separate frames, and it's a similar process to what we did when we framed our photos. So again, this is steps that you need to write down or take notes on, because it's just the same process. So now we're going to go ahead and go in and prepare our frame first, add it to it, and then go ahead and finish our project. So I'm going to go in to start new project, and when you're bringing your frame in, it's like you're bringing a template in, and here's frame 5. Now the same problem we have is frame 5 needs to have the pixels removed and then save it because they come with the pixels on it. So I'm going to save it as a template. Remember where your frames are kept, and this is frame 5, and I'm going to save it and replace it. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my tree. Now, we're not going to be done the first time. We're going to have to place the new frames there, and then we're going to save that and bring it back. So there's a lot of different steps to adding and changing these templates. They were not meant to, but I'm giving you guys some options. So to bring in the frame now, because if you just brought in a frame through templates, all it's going to do is replace the family tree that you see sitting there. So insert it through a photograph, and we'll bring in frame 5, and you see why we had to remove the pixels around the back. And I'm just going to make it smaller, and I found a really nice little place here. I want to add another tree and get it in place, and sometimes I like the leaves to come through it, kind of a little bit more artsy. And now I'm going to open my Manage Layers. I've already brought it in once, and I'm just going to copy it again by clicking on the plus. And maybe place this one down here, just for demonstration purposes. Again, we have to collapse all the layers. So again, it's a process of finding out where you've placed that. And this time I'm going to rename the tree so I know which one has the changes in it. I'm going to call it tree 5_1, and I'm going to save it. All right, again, you're going to start all over, because in order to accept the changes, you're going to have to reopen that graphic inside here, and we're going to look for tree 5_1. Now, the last step we need to do is to remove our pixels. Okay, take our magic wand, remove the pixels, take our magic wand, remove the pixels, and now you're ready to go. All right, now it's the same old way we always do things. You're going to go in, browse for your photograph, pick out my first photo, bring it in, make it way, way smaller. Let's place it at the top. Now we're going to manage our layers. Place it behind, move it around a little bit, maybe make it a tiny bit smaller. Made it a little bit too small. And there you go. So some things about the wide format templates. I have not added seam allowance, because when you're doing a 12 by 12 inch inkjet printable fabric sheets, they usually come 13 inches, so you're going to have plenty of room in there for your seam allowance. But always remember to tell your printer that you are sending something that's 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 14 over. It's going to affect your printout. So enjoy it. Use the wide formats. You can add to them. If you want to make them larger first, save them as a larger size, bring them back in. Always remember, if you are going to add frames, bring it in, a new frame in through insert photo. You cannot, once you try to bring what's called a template in, it's going to always replace the existing template over there. So once you establish the tree you want to use, as you want to add more frames to your design, you need to bring it in through Insert Picture. Enjoy it. I've learned a lot about my software through preparing these videos and designing the family gathering. I love it, and I hope you enjoy it too.